Buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Good morning and welcome everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password, or check our website, www.cslpv.org, under the weekly talk section. Today is Sunday, June 8th, 2025. And our monthly topic for June is In Living Color. And today, the topic is Do What You Want to Do. The suggested book for reading this month is The Color Purple by Alice Walker. So let's just all take a collective breath together. It's been quite a week, quite a year, in fact. And we all need to center back to peace. So at this time, I'd like to once again welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Puerto Vallarta, whether you are on the live Zoom call or watching the replay at a later time. Here, we teach a philosophy that honors all faith traditions. So whatever path you are on, know that it is the right one for you. And please know that everyone is welcome here. As I mentioned, we teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind, and it's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. We offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth and transformation. And when Dr. Ernest Holmes first founded this teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts in order to create the Science of Mind, which focuses on the individual use of thoughts and this powerful thing called the mind. When asked to provide a concise definition of the teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week, we offer a service with an inspirational message. We offer the Zoom meeting at 10 a.m., and that will be extended to include in-person meetings at noon at the end of summer. So look for more information on that close to September. And whether you are with us in person or on Zoom, please join us afterwards for some like-minded people and conversations. And also, if you are going to be here during the summer and would like to meet in person, please let me know so that we can arrange for that as well. We are also extending our intention to grow this center by offering and inviting a special guest on the second Sunday of each month to provide the message in Spanish with an English translation. And unfortunately, I was not able to find someone that was available for this being the second Sunday of June. So look for that in July and for sure in August. And now, as we do each week, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, which is creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And more on all of these can be found in their own drop-down page on our website. So look for that if you are looking for more. And also, as I mentioned last week, we are restarting our weekly spiritual prayer or affirmation, positive affirmation, spiritual mind treatment, using the written words from the prior Creative Thought magazines. So this is from June 2014. On Sunday, June 8th, Ernest Holmes said, "Creation is eternally going on. Change is always taking place within that which is changeless. I welcome change." Please, if you wish to close your eyes and take these words as your own. I recognize one infinite intelligence, one mind, as the thinker behind all creation. This God mind expresses in an orderly way and creates a life that is always in perfect balance and harmony. I am a creation of this one mind, and as such, I live harmoniously with all creation. Knowing that there is a divine order to life, I see order in my life as God guides and directs all my affairs. What appears as chaos or confusion is simply a stage in the process of becoming something better. Witnessing this change, I anticipate the best. I know I am centered in God's goodness. I am centered in God's good, orderly direction. Whenever I look, I see, or wherever I look, I see order. I see it in my health, and as I see God's perfection as my own. I see it in my finances, as I see God's abundance as my own. And I see it in my relationships, as I see God's love for its creation as my own love for all. Everything is in perfect balance, and in this knowingness, I am at peace. With gratitude, my existence is always in God. I am certain all is well. Releasing my word to law, I know that life expresses itself harmoniously now, and so it is. And that was submitted by Reverend Ruth Ann Banner from Palm Desert, California. And how appropriate these words come today from California, knowing divine order. So our prayers go out to Los Angeles and the people in that community, as well as all of California, all of the United States, as well as the Ukraine and Gaza and the whole world. So as we continue to celebrate this month of Pride, we are all invited to live authentically, out loud, and in color. Do what you want to do. Ernest Holmes, in the Science of Mind textbook, wrote this: "Nothing is real to us unless we make it real. Nothing can touch us unless we let it touch us. Refuse to have the feelings hurt. Refuse to receive anyone's condemnation. In the independence of our own mentality, believe and feel that you are wonderful. This is not conceit, it is the truth." So for their own survival, the LGBTQ plus people have learned to refuse to allow ignorant comments restrictive legislation, and threats of physical violence prevent them from being who they are. They have often had to identify with pride within, hiding within themselves, while living in a world that doesn't support who they are authentically. And today, there are still many countries where LGBTQ plus people are being actively targeted and persecuted, such as Jamaica, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Malaysia, Cuba, Trinidad and Tobago, to name a few. In many countries in the Middle East and Africa, where punishment is death. With the pride flag associated with colors of the rainbow, the LGBTQ plus group of people are a great example of people living in color. As Dr. Ernest Holmes writes, we all benefit from coming out of our emotional intoxication and be ourselves. Marianne Williamson wrote this in the book A Return to Love. She said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We are all meant to shine as children do. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. So it takes courage to be your authentic self. And we are often told to be ourselves, but sometimes that can be a challenge. When we're not able to be celebrated for our authentic expression, we have a tendency to make ourselves seem smaller in order to adapt to others and our environment. We are being invited to look at and heal any shame that we may feel around any parts of our identity that we have been reluctant to express authentically. It often requires courage to stand up in our truth and own who we truly are. Authenticity creates the opportunity to surround ourselves with people who celebrate us as we are. Some even distance themselves from their family of origin to be with their family of choice. Being ourselves attracts like-minded people into our lives. The more we express ourselves authentically, the more we inspire others to do the same. When we choose to have courage, our example creates a ripple of bravery and authenticity for others to do the same. Creating a world that works for everyone involves celebrating others for being who they are, while also advocating for our own freedom of expression. A.J. Willingham, the CNN senior writer, said this: I've been thinking about the difference between tolerating and celebrating. When you tolerate someone, it's as if you're forcing yourself to acknowledge they exist. But when you celebrate someone, you're letting them know you actively appreciate their existence. They bring something valuable to the world just by being them. So Alfred Kinsey, a biologist, entomologist, and sexologist, founded the Kinsey Institute for Research in Sex, Gender, and Reproduction. He wrote many books and is best known for writing the books Sexual Behavior in the Human Male in 1948 and Sexual Behavior in the Human Female in 1953. And now they are known as the Kinsey Reports. These reports led to a storm of controversy. His research went beyond theory and interview to include observation and participation. During this time, he also developed a scale that measured sexual orientation. It's now known as the Kinsey scale, which ranges from 0 to 6, 0 being heterosexual and 6 being homosexual. A rating of X was later added, representing no sexual contacts or reactions. In June of 2019, during the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots, he was one of the inaugural 50 American pioneers, trailblazers, and heroes inducted into the National LGBTQ Wall of Honor within the Stonewall National Monument at the Stonewall Inn in New York. So in honor of Pride, this week offers the perfect opportunity to explore who we truly are. Is heteronormality, that's a tough one. Heteronormativity a deeply ingrained cultural value? Or do many of us, as Alfred Kinsey's research suggests, exist somewhere along a diverse spectrum of sexuality? Have we paused to reflect on our own personal relationship with gender identity, considering how we express or understand it? I often hang out in social situations with many of my gay friends here, whether it's at the beach, at the nightclubs, or private parties, and they seem full of life, having fun, and living authentically. But I don't truly know how they feel in their day-to-day life and the challenges that they encounter in their workplace, the bank, shopping, or other places that the rest of us take for granted. Discrimination still exists. Whether it's our sexuality, gender identity, or any aspect of ourselves that we're afraid to express, that hesitation is a divine appointment calling us toward greater authenticity. We are gifted our unique experiences to shine a light for those who are also hesitant to live their own truth. When we summon the courage to be ourselves, we blaze a trail of authenticity and freedom for future generations. And embracing the full spectrum of who we are invites others to do the same. These are the words from the song True Colors by Cyndi Lauper. She sang, "I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to show your true colors." So your pride is showing. It may not feel like an easy choice to be who we are in a world that tells us we are wrong. As people practicing the science of mind, we may feel like a significant minority in our lives living outside our spiritual center. Our decision to show up and participate in science of mind communities might feel like an act of rebellion. So this week, we are invited to be ourselves in places that we may be hesitant to share. We no longer have to participate in that old story that the Centers for Spiritual Living is the best kept secret. Historically, our understanding of God could have been controversial, but today it's more common than ever. Sometimes I have even hesitated in the past to share with others in my day-to-day life that I am a minister that teaches the science of mind for fear of being judged. But I am who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. So what's preventing us from doing what we want to do and sharing who we really are with the world? This week, we are being invited to come out of the spiritual closet and tell the world about our personal relationship with the divine. So please join me. Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote this: sorry, I've lost my place. Ernest Holmes wrote, "The divine presence, being everywhere and filling all space, must be in me. It must be that which I really am." So as we celebrate Pride Month, is the perfect time to reflect on how inclusive and supportive we are towards our LGBTQ friends and community members. One powerful step we can take is to ask and then use the appropriate pronouns for each other. Imagine how much more welcoming and safe our spaces would become simply by introducing pronouns during introductions or adding them to name tags and Zoom screen names. These small but significant icons create a more inclusive environment, affirming the beauty and spiritual magnificence of each person's gender expression. So let's recognize and celebrate this unique aspect of identity, making our community spaces a place of love and belonging for all. And I'll leave you with this final quote: "It takes no compromise to give people their rights. It takes no political deal to give people freedom." And that's by Harvey Milk. And that leads us to our affirmation for this week. I love who I am, trusting my higher self to guide me in every step. And now it is time for our news and updates at our center. If you are interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we offer courses via Zoom as well as in person. So connect with me or check our website for more details. And we have now we are finishing up the book study, The Four Agreements. However, we are also considering having a book study on the 7 spiritual laws of success. So let me know if you are interested in taking that as well, or any other course or book study. And accredited courses will resume in September. So if you are interested in any of those or need any of those courses, please contact me to make sure that we have the one that fits your needs. And if you would like to have a one-on-one connection for a spiritual mind treatment, then please let me know so we can arrange for that as well. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, as membership does renew annually, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, then please contact me for the current forms for both or either of these. And I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And now it is our time for mindfully giving and financial support to our center. We rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. We bless the financial gifts that you give today, no matter the amount. Donations can be made through our website, www.cslpv.org. And there you'll find the donate buttons for both PayPal or Tithely. And they can be found on both the landing page as well as on the top of the page where you find the replays of the weekly talks. Or if you like, you can still mail in a paper check by addressing it to CSLPV, number 403 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, B1Y8M1. And now please join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time together. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. May peace and love be with you. Blessings to all. Namaste.